Morning, Ken. What brings us together on this fine day?
Asian male, early 20s, gunshot wound to the chest. Jogger found the body.
Name?
No wallet, no ID, just some keys to a bike lock.
What's in the backpack?
Books, biology, physiology.
Student?
2 small cereal boxes.
Starving student?
And this.
Americans United, New York City benefit concert, October 5th.
There's a phone number on there, detective.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Are you ready to go, sir?
You gonna stay on, Carl? With him?
It's not my call.
I'll put in a good word for you if you like.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, you're welcome to join me. I'll be in a little brown cell, 3 floors down.
I have a feeling that you're going to be everywhere, Mr. Quinn.
Liaison for Homeland Security. Everywhere and nowhere. I'm not gonna let this place go downhill, Carl. Tom!
Robert! Morning.
Morning. You know Carl Reese?
Sure do. Good to see you, Carl.
Sure. And Leslie Turnbull, our Director of Public Relations.
You guys didn't have to meet me at the gate.
Thought you might like a tour.
There'll be plenty of time for that. Just point me to my office.
Sir, we have a press conference at 10 o'clock.
That's in 20 minutes. If we were going full court, Miss Turnbull, that'd be a lifetime.
Carl, would you mind showing the new director to the 7th floor?
Not at all, sir.
See you around campus.
Sir, your personal belongings are here on your desk. This is Mr. Quinn's chair, but you're welcome to choose any furniture you'd like.
Oh, whatever else they've got lying around is fine. You have family, Carl?
I have a son.
Good. It's good to have family.
Is there anything else you'll be needing, sir?
Yes, a meeting with you. But I should check in with the president first. He gets cranky when I ignore him.
I'll be in my office.
Hello?
Hello? With whom am I speaking?
You first.
This is Detective Reedy of the D.C. Police Department. Homicide. Your phone number was found on the body of a murder victim.
Troops, gather round. Let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead.
Is he smoking crack again?
No, it's Quinn's last day. The new DCI is coming in.
That is correct, Ms. Lowell. And as much as I love and respect Mr. Quinn, our new director is a very different animal. War hero, successful businessman, 2-term senator. But in my heart, I'd like to think the president selected Gage because the senator is true. True to his word, true to his character.
Mr. Gage goes to Washington?
The words are engraved in our lobby, Lex. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
I thought that was meant to be ironic.
What's our purpose here?
To protect the United States.
By any means necessary?
Up to a point.
If I'm screwing something up, would you tell me?
Yes.
If I screwed it up anyway and Congress asked you what happened, would you tell them?
Up to a point.
That's 3 right and 1 wrong. You're allowed 1 mulligan.
You haven't told me which one was wrong.
You're supposed to know.
I will not lie to Congress, but I won't necessarily give them an answer to a question that they haven't asked.
Won't necessarily. Where did you learn to fudge like that? You weren't ever in politics.
Sir, we have to be careful what we say here. Lives can depend on it.
I know. That's why you got the short-form job interview. You can work with me if you want to.
Thank you. What's in the long-form interview?
Designated hitter, pro or con.
Con.
You already have the job, but that's extra credit. I had a phone call 5 minutes ago on this phone from a DC homicide cop. She found the number on the body of a murder victim, Asian kid, with no ID. She wanted to know if I knew who he was. Wanted to know who I was.
What did you tell her?
That I'd get back to her. I'd been on the job 11 minutes. I didn't want to start World War III by saying something stupid before I even found the way to the men's room. You don't suppose it might have been a wrong number?
I don't know. This was Quinn's office.
Excuse me, sir. The press is assembled. Mr. Quinn is already outside.
Quinn.
Ms. Lowell, are you immersed in anything important right now?
Anti-Castro flyers for Cuba.
I think you can take a break.
What do you need?
Airplane glue. We're planting a listening device in this kid's bedroom. He collects old models.
We don't have any glue?
Not Fulbright's plastic cement. The favorite of geeks and model makers since anyone believed these Castro flyers would be effective. Would you be kind enough to get some for me?
Can't he go?
I'm working on something relevant to this century.
I'll buy you a fish taco.
Senator Gage, how do you respond to allegations that the president appointed you for public relations reasons?
With a big, heartwarming smile.
You think you're qualified?
Oh, I don't know that I've ever been truly qualified for anything, but I love this country. I care about its future. And I know that we have the resources here to get the job done.
To win the war against terrorism?
Yes, but we can't do it alone. I think it's a mistake to trust any government organization to be our last line of defense. Individual awareness, that's what it takes to fight terrorism. Love thy neighbor, but watch your back, too. Simple.
I'm sure the senator doesn't mean to imply that this agency is irrelevant now.
Of course not.
Mr. Quinn, how do you feel about not getting the job? Did you expect the president to reinstate you, and were you surprised when he didn't?
I think the president made a very wise choice for himself and for the rest of us.
Senator Gage, what are your immediate plans for reorganization?
To begin with, we will meet like this at least once a week, so we have open communication.
Jackson.
And let's begin that communication.
The senator wants to know if he can have a word with you.
Sure. In his office?
In his car.
Carl tells me you're the best intelligence man we've got. He also tells me that you've wanted to be an operations officer for a long time. That 2 directors in a row kept you locked in the building. Still want to work on the outside?
Well, sir, if you thought I could be effective in the field, I wouldn't fight you.
We have a situation.
A murder victim was found with Quinn's guest phone number on him. Murdered where? How? Who was he? Where'd he get the number?
Right.
Did you ask Mr. Quinn?
Sometimes I like to know the answers to questions before I ask them.
Where are we going?
Crime scene.
Well, sir, the director of Central Intelligence doesn't generally visit crime scenes.
Yeah, Carl mentioned that too.
Excuse me? I'm looking for Fulbright's plastic cement.
Oh, first aisle on your left.
Thank you.
Here. Get the big tube. Better value.
Thanks.
It's always better to go with the big tube. Looks like they've identified the body. What do you think?
I think you have a staff meeting in 42 minutes.
How about Quinn?
I'm surprised you agreed to let him stay on.
It was the president's idea. He thinks we'll make a great team. Hell, maybe it'll be better having him on the inside pissing out than on the outside pissing in. Anything on that phone number?
It's listed under Zelliger Moving and Storage for the last 4 months.
Zelliger? Who came up with that one? What'd you find out?
Victim's name, Albert Den, Vietnamese, senior George Washington University, desk clerk at the Capitol Plaza. Left there at 2 a.m. last night, never made it home.
Police have any suspects?
None that I heard about.
Motive?
Well, the boy's wallet is missing, and so is his bicycle, so it's a apparent robbery.
Any mention of the phone number?
No, but as soon as we get back, I'll run his name, see if he's linked to anyone on our payroll. Assuming you want to know.
I want to know.
It was me, sir. I recruited him.
Why?
I wasn't told. Usually I run the agents I recruit. This time I turned him over.
To whom?
Mr. Quinn.
Matt, did Quinn tell you why he chose this kid?
Well, he didn't choose him. I did. He just said he just needed someone inside the Capitol Plaza.
What was the boy's incentive to help you?
$100 a week.
Did he know he was working for us?
No. I just told him I was a divorce lawyer looking for dirt. What's this all about?
Sir, you should see this.
We bring him here when he was little boy. But they killed him.
Who, Mr. Den? Who killed your son?
CIA.
The Central Intelligence Agency?
CIA. CIA killed our boy.
I'm telling you, I know this guy.
From where?
Well, I'm not sure, but he's got 20 rocket engines, a timer, speaker wire.
Terry, you're in a hobby shop.
I know, but I've seen his face somewhere. I know this sounds crazy, but I think he's building a bomb. Look, if I can get a name, will you run it for me?
All right. You want some company?
No, not yet. I'll let you know.
Don't forget my glue.
So you must be building the entire Apollo series.
What?
Well, with all those engines, you must be building an entire fleet of rockets.
What are you building?
I'm just buying glue.
Oh. Are you married?
Can we get some yogurt? Can we?
You like yogurt?
North Korean missile capabilities, Iraqi capabilities vis-a-vis weapons of mass destruction.
They don't have the bomb yet.
No, sir, but yet is only a three-letter word. It's all a matter of resource allocation. Over here, we're trying to promote a pipeline for Caspian Sea oil that goes to the Black Sea from Baku. What we don't want is a pipeline through Russia because of the leverage.
Sorry I'm late. I was on the phone with the president. Hello, Miss Davis, Mr. Sneed.
That would give leverage to the government in Moscow.
Mr. Howard,
Look at that.
how are you?
Isn't that amazing?
Please continue, Mr. Musgrave. So sorry to interrupt.
Now, on the terrorism front, we have intact cells here, here, and here. The group in Algeria apparently has sent some funds to Cleveland just last month.
Cleveland? Why wasn't I informed of this?
Well, we're not really sure.
Homeland Security, Mr. Musgrave. I should be informed of these things. I'm to be kept in the loop on everything.
Everything? One of my people ran into a man in a hobby shop today who's building either a bomb or a model of the space shuttle. You want to be in the loop on that?
Yes, Joshua, I do. Thank you.
Anyone see the news this morning? Vietnamese kid who was murdered? Father's blaming us.
What else is new?
This sort of thing happen all the time, Ms. Turnbull?
Well,
I'm sure no one will believe him. He's got no proof and no credibility.
I think we can absorb it, sir.
I'm not asking about public relations. I'm asking what went on between this boy and the CIA, if anything.
Mr. Din was gathering information for us. Turned out to be a waste of time, of no consequence or repercussion. I believe he was murdered by a mugger, a bicycle thief.
Did his father know he was working for us?
The boy didn't know he was working for us. Now I suggest Mr. Musgrave resume his briefing about the actual threats confronting our country.
Thank you. Continuing instability in Argentina.
Mr. Musgrave, I'll let you know when you should continue.
Excuse me. There's a homicide detective at the gate, sir. Would you like me to refer her to the Office of Security?
This is not our case, Senator. This is not our problem.
No. I'll see her.
I don't want to make any more of this than it is. I'm just being thorough.
I understand.
The parents are upset. You can understand.
Of course.
It looks like a bike jacking, a common street crime.
Do you know where the parents got their idea about the CIA?
The boy was shot with the kind of cheap gun you can buy anywhere.
Was it something Mr. Din said to his parents?
He mentioned something about spying on a hotel guest. His father filled in a lot of blanks. I think he's got some old grudges against the CIA. He came from Vietnam. You served over there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
There's just a couple of little things. The victim bought his mother a birthday present last week. Pearls on a gold chain. $400. We're not sure where he got the money. And we found this at the crime scene this morning. Nice, huh? It's similar to one we found at a hate crime scene last month. It was in the papers.
So you think he was murdered because he was Vietnamese?
Or because he had a bicycle somebody wanted. We've got motives galore all of a sudden. Nobody saw that when we did our initial crime scene investigation. Of course, it was dark then. You know, I expected I'd meet here with some flunky. Why am I meeting with the director?
I'm new on the job. Still trying to figure out who does what.
Was Albert Din killed by the CIA?
No.
If he was, I'm going to push this to an indictment. My beat, my case. I won't let it go.
And I wouldn't blame you. Could I have a look at that?
Oh, I'll send you a copy.
where are you?
At some yogurt shop downtown. Joshua, I know I've seen this guy somewhere.
Hang on. She's having yogurt.
Give me the phone. Miss Lowe, this is Robert Quinn. I understand you have a problem.
Well, I'm not sure yet, sir. But this man looks very familiar, and he just purchased all the materials to manufacture a bomb.
Did you get his name?
Cliff. Cliff Baxter. He says he's a photographer. He has 2 very young girls with him.
I'm going to send Mr. Callan to watch your back.
Maybe we can talk about Albert Den when I get back.
Nothing to talk about.
What have you learned? The number assigned to Quinn's guest phone was put in at his request after he became acting director.
Okay. Capitol Plaza, where Den worked as a night clerk. For the last 6 weeks, 4 suites on the top floor have been occupied by Prince Basrahi from one of the Persian Gulf Emirates. He checked out this morning and flew home along with several aides, 2 wives, and 4 bodyguards, and they booked the rooms until next month.
Do we have an operation on the books against this prince?
Not on the books, no.
Where's Quinn?
So are you guys even out of high school yet? Sure. You guys do not look old enough.
They do teen layouts, they have to look like teens.
Oh, we are teens.
Sure you are.
So what kind of pictures are you taking?
Oh, good ones, hopefully.
So are they for newspapers or catalogs?
Everything. Today's shoot is for a European magazine.
Have you been to Europe?
Oh, yeah, sure, lots of times. They have beautiful churches in Europe. Come on, let's get out of here. You really want to see my work?
Well, sure, if it's all right.
You might not like everything you see.
Well, I'll just keep an open mind.
Did you have this made?
A souvenir of your tour in Vietnam? You know, if this is about that boy, I've told you.
I know what you told me, but now I'm telling you that I know you were personally running him on some kind of back channel operation, which might have been your privilege when you were acting director, but sure as hell isn't now. We keep secrets from our enemies, not each other. And you do not keep secrets from me.
It wasn't important.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but I think a dead boy makes it important. If we had anything to do with what happened to him, if you had anything to do with it, well, I got a smart cop playing dumb who would just love to have that big shiny scalp of yours, and I'd love to be the one to hand it to her. I'm listening.
Albert Den was a desk clerk at the hotel where Prince Basrahi was staying. We got a report that the prince's charitable contributions included large sums of money to a terrorist organization. To try and confirm that report, I paid the desk clerk a small sum to print out the telephone records from the prince's room and send them to me. End of story.
Until he was murdered.
By a mugger. I assume you're aware that Washington is not completely crime-free.
So it was just a coincidence?
The operation Den was involved in found nothing. A false alarm. The prince is clean.
And you were running this operation privately and in secret because...
Because our relationship to the prince's country is extremely important and extremely delicate. And I was newly back in this agency, and I didn't know whom I could trust to be absolutely discreet. Now, if there's nothing else, I'm late for a meeting.
You can go change back there.
You got any wine?
No.
Oh. Is this where you live?
Sometimes.
Wow. So, are you famous or something?
Are you a Christian?
What?
Cliff? What are we supposed to do with these things?
Put him on,
Why?
because you have to look pregnant.
So what kind of pictures are you taking?
Public service.
Why'd you ask me if I was a Christian?
Because I am.
A Christian who takes pictures of young girls pretending to be pregnant?
Well, no one will know they're pretending.
The DIA wants to brief you on status of forces. The Israeli ambassador says he needs a meeting. The Senate Select Leadership wants a lunch, and we need a decision on how to respond to a civil court subpoena from Brooklyn.
Subpoena? For what?
All records of CIA experiments with LSD from the 1950s, one of which allegedly caused the death of a contract officer from Flatbush. His children are suing.
Recommendations?
Send the DDO to meet the DIA. Stonewall the subpoena, call the Israeli, eat with the senators. Avoid the Waldorf salad.
Had it.
Sir, I searched our records on Prince Basrahi.
So?
What Quinn told you doesn't add up. Now, I don't understand why anyone would suspect the prince of funding terrorists. He has an MBA from Wharton. He invests in American businesses. He's very supportive of our policies in the Middle East, and he takes his vacations fly fishing in Idaho.
Yeah, but Quinn was using Den to watch him. Why?
Let's keep an eye on the prince. Maybe we'll find out.
Now, hold each other. Act like you're frightened.
Why?
This is an anti-abortion ad. You're trying to protect your babies.
Well, I'm not anti-abortion.
Terry, do me a favor. Get one of those pictures at the bottom of that stack. I want to show it to this young lady. I want her to see what happens when you don't support family and the right to life.
My God.
This is a 6-month-old aborted fetus. You're not anti that? Now, hold each other and act like you're frightened. All right, this is good. Girls, this is good. Just like that. That's good. Yeah, all that fear. Now really hold each other. Uh-huh. Good. More fear? Just think about that picture. It's all you have to do. Hey, what are you doing? Don't touch that.
What?
The package. You were trying to open the package.
No.
Don't lie to me!
The prince is on his private jet, almost home, but the NSA picked him up on his airphone half an hour ago. The transcript.
Speaker one. Hey, Charlie, sorry I had to bag out on you for the weekend. Arab slang.
I think it's Ivy League.
Speaker two.
Yeah, he's identified as the vice president of a New York brokerage firm.
Me too. It was going to be fun. Speaker one. Duty calls me back home. A council of the uncles?
One of his uncles is the emir, another one is the crown prince.
Speaker two. Deciding how to split up the oil money again? Speaker one. I wish. We'll catch the Knicks when I get back. Why was Quinn surveilling a guy like this?
Paisley. Yeah. Thanks. Let me hear. The prince is making another call right now. I can put it on speaker.
You listen.
It's the prince again. Just him so far. In English again. And he's telling someone that it was good to see them, and he'll see them again soon. Oh, boy. His friend is speaking now. He's American. And
What? What is it?
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm very pleased as well. This will mean a great deal to us, to both our countries. Yes. Goodbye. Great news, gentlemen. Prince Basrahi has accepted my offer of aid to stage a little coup in his family and make himself the next emir. I promised the prince I would tell no one about our proposed arrangement unless and until he accepted it, which he now has. Congratulations, Senator. My feather in your cap.
Tell him what else he said. Tell him.
Well, regrettably, the prince's security people killed the boy. I hired him to check the prince's phone calls, only that. But apparently he got a little ambitious. They caught him taking pictures of one of the prince's visitors. Me.
Did you know?
No. The prince's people didn't know who the boy was or whom he was working for. If a picture of the prince with the former head of the CIA was to fall into the wrong hands, his enemies would use it to destroy him.
So our new partner is a murderer.
Senator, we are not policemen. With our help, the prince will be the next ruler of his country instead of his uncle, who does finance terrorists and who would close his country's port to our Navy. We have won a big victory here. Live with it.
So that's it? The boy's killers go free?
Collateral damage. If we move to arrest them, it will expose our arrangement with the prince. That cannot possibly be worth it.
Sir, Detective Reedy called. She arrested a teenager named Latrell Johnson for the murder of Albert Dent.
Based on what?
Mr. Johnson was found in possession of the victim's bicycle, which he claims he found in the park. As for his alibi, he said he spent last night walking around DuPont Circle alone. Police aren't buying it. Kid's got a record a mile long.
Looks like we have some more collateral damage.
You seem like a nice person. I thought I could trust you. Why did you make me do that?
I didn't make you do anything.
You were trying to open that package.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the
You
pictures.
tried to open that package.
I think I need to leave.
Can we go?
No.
Hey, back off.
You expecting someone? Who is it?
Ken,
Ken who?
you hear about the vet?
Who are you?
Ken Logan, I'm here about the Corvette you have for sale.
Wrong address.
614 East Monroe.
West Monroe.
You guys making a movie in here?
I'm leaving.
No, you don't have to go.
Yes, I do.
Are you, Mom? Yeah, I'm sorry about the mix-up, honey.
Nice of you to stop by.
I've been following you all day. What the hell was going on in there?
You don't want to know. Have you run the name Cliff Baxter?
Nothing in the databases.
Okay, try this one. Sonia Schmidt, 497, Hammerstrasse, Frankfurt, Germany.
Got something.
That's him.
Yes?
Sir, this is Matt Cowan. Mr. Quinn asked me to report to him on this, but under the circumstances, I thought it might be better to talk to you.
What is it?
There's a group of abortion clinic bombers that have killed 2 doctors in America and 1 in Germany. They're using an address in Frankfurt as a mail drop. An address on a package being sent by the man Miss Lowell met in the hobby shop.
That's what you have? An address?
Well, that, sir, plus a security camera photo of our man leaving one of the clinics right before a bomb went off.
He checks out, Director. He's on Interpol's most wanted list.
All right, thanks, Matt. I'll handle things from here. The man Terry Lowell recognized at the hobby shop. He's real.
You going to call the FBI?
Do you think Quinn had that flyer planted at the crime scene?
Yes. To keep the police looking everywhere but at the prince and his security people.
And it's possible he also framed the boy who was arrested.
It would be insane even for Quinn.
Boy's been killed. Innocent boy. On our payroll. People who did it, they aren't going to be brought to justice, and someone else has been wrongly accused of the crime. Where does our responsibility lie here?
With the truth, sir.
Can't go there. Quinn was right. We can't jeopardize our relationship with the prince or his country.
Why not?
Jackson.
Quinn abused his power to serve his own ends.
Maybe I should do that.
Sir?
The boy that was arrested, he doesn't have an alibi. He says he was at DuPont Circle, but the police can't find any proof. And the man that Ms. Lowell has discovered is still on the street.
Which is why you have to call the FBI.
Or not. Mr. Nankin.
Sir, is there something we can help you with?
Yes. Did you make this?
No.
Can you figure out who did?
It's a fax copy, not an original.
You have access to the National Criminal Database in here, right?
Yes.
Photos, fingerprints, that sort of thing.
Sure.
And what do you know about subways?
Thank you for stopping by, Carl. I know how busy you must be now. I guess you won't be needing that recommendation after all, huh?
Director Gage has asked me to stay on with him, sir.
Yes. How nice for you. You've always been very pragmatic when it comes to getting what you want.
I appreciate every opportunity that you've offered me, sir.
But now it's time to move on. I give your new boss 6 months at best.
Sir?
Maybe a year at the outside. By then, this ridiculous hunger for a nice public face will have dissipated. And we can all get back to what we were trained for. Protecting the interests of the United States of America.
I believe that's Director Gage's agenda, too.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Right after the picnics, the softball, and the 4th of July barbecues. I don't give a damn about any of that. I care about this country.
The agency belongs to this country.
That's where we disagree.
It looked like a slam dunk. The kid had previous convictions for assault, attempted murder. But then his defense lawyer calls. Says he found irrefutable evidence that the kid didn't do it. Metro fare card with Latrell Johnson's fingerprints on it. Purchased last night at the DuPont Circle subway station, just around the time Albert Dinn was being murdered. The lawyer said he found it in Latrell's room.
So he couldn't have killed that boy.
I ran this by our forensics lab. They said it was either genuine or the best forgery they'd ever seen. We're letting Johnson go.
Sounds like the right thing to do.
What the hell happened here?
Detective, there is something else. One of our officers located an anti-abortion terrorist wanted for murder in 2 countries. Now, as you know, we can't make an arrest.
So call the FBI.
Normally I would, but since you're right here and the subject is in Washington and you are a police officer.
You're giving me the bust?
If you want it.
In exchange for what? So where is he?
It's all right in there.
Thank you, Mr. Gage.
Oh, Tom. Gentlemen.
What did you say to her?
Not a word about the prince or his security people.
Oh, well, you're more pragmatic than I thought.
Sir, we're letting them get away with murder?
This is just my first day, Jackson. Give me time. And I want to thank you for all your help on this. Carl was right about you. We'll see you tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Good night.
Carl, what time am I avoiding that Waldorf salad tomorrow?
Noon.
And you'll be with me?
Absolutely.
Must say I'm impressed, Tom. The way you handle
Save it. When you have something to offer, offer it. When you don't, stay the hell out of my way. At that press conference this morning, you said that in hiring me, the president had made a wise choice. Not only for himself, but for the rest of us. But the rest of us wasn't the country, was it? It was you. I see you, Mr. Quinn. Waiting for an opening, aren't you? You want this job back.
Good luck, Senator.
Wait. I believe this is yours.